unique. Here we go. Third shift.
I love that.
Still in Turk. I actually love it too.
Yeah. Yeah, I absolutely love the circle. I mean, 10% water, and that's already seeing the second circle being so.
As well. That's A1 RG. One knockdown, one finish off. Third, fourth players are making sure that the rest of the players can get a little bit. What a single instant Spanish for elimination for themselves. Sure, their third player actually survived. Finale. Get out of their side. Camel are coming into club, making sure his team is gonna.
There we have it. A lot of there's a lot of action going on right now. We're looking at BTR, still not out of the war zone, definitely, and they have to worry about another team. But of course, off camera, Vampire Esports will be seeing it down to 10 teams left, and Ryzy needs that revive on the side of Bigatron by Vitality, and they definitely have to do something about their situation right now. They already lost Bumblebee. They need to revive Ryzy, and that goes the same with Kyori just now. Now it's just Federalis that's carrying their team. Actually gets a knockdown all by himself. And yes, they still have the opportunity for those revives, but just looking at the number of eliminations, they only have a 1 so far. Over here, we're looking at Tribe Aramis. Oh my gosh, actually a lot of trigger discipline for now. They try not to scare them away, but the grenades will be coming in. Say Cloud manages to get away in time. Dodges a lot of damage, but of course, Marinette Boy up above. Will they be able to get some bullets into A1? That's a question. But speaking of which, BTR, actually, IQQ, I believe IQQ was almost the last person left on their team. But yeah, anyways, no, there's still one person left from 14. And that's really unfortunate because they have a really good start. They have 4 eliminations. And speaking of which, Federalis finally puts the final nail up to their side. But we're taking a look at Bigatron by Vitality. All they have to do is pretty much hunt down Noki inside of this house. And they have all the confidence to go ahead and storm in up in this staircase. Ooh. And 4 Thrives will be saying goodbye with the hands of BTR. It's not over just yet. And of course, at the perspectives of a lot of these teams right now, it's A1 RG. There's a lot of things to look forward to over here. Even their screens, it's just all. There's a lot of players nearby. But of course, that's not what they're going to see on their own screens. Yep, 1 versus 1 outside of this window. It looks like Deathstorm will be bringing the death against Team Secret. A1 doing, pretty good. They have 4 eliminations. They need to revive Flash, and unfortunately, they already lost a CJ Boy. But 26 minutes into this game, we still have 17 players left on the field, and 6 squads vying for that chicken dinner, and that blue zone is eating up A1 RG. So this is gonna be a little bit hard. It's a very wonky area that they're stuck in. Flash is looking a lot of A1 RG loses to the grenades and to the blue zone as well. And with that, BTR Federalis falls as well. E-Arena will be saying goodbye. DRX is still alive. Full roster as well. They've been favored by the circle, but unfortunately not the faith. They had only 1 elimination.
Oh yeah, they only had 1 elimination now, and they definitely got kind of the short straw. DRX, a very panicked situation, but you have to know that even right now, the 4-mans are still alive. They can still go for that aggressive stance and maybe hope that whenever the chicken dinner, but Pedrolis, oh my goodness, you beast, getting a single grenade onto the players. That's 2 down of the Yangon, and the rest 1, in fact, the solo guy. He's trying to go for the revive, but Federalis is instantly going to go and get that rescue done. Let's see if that rescue is going to be going on over and over. The players have spotted the player. There we go. Federalis just picked it up. Okay, I'm here. Boop. Now back to the area. DBS making those connectivities. The shots will definitely go. You have to push together if you want to get those eliminations. The backside, Vampire Esports, they can do a third party on this area. Yangon Galacticos, say Cloud, the only hope for the team. Mr. Okay, 6 bullets. Back to the 10 it is. Reviving their own team members. There's a... Okay, that's a decent move that you're throwing all those sticky grenades, all the grenades that you can possibly think of over towards the enemies, hindering their rush up on you. Now, still, no player has pushed on. Now, the final push is coming up, and the Yangon Galacticos is not going to be able to survive that. The back shots are definitely coming on as Yangon Galacticos... As they get eliminated, there's a backstab going around from DRX to the BTR. As BTR is going to lose one player, the second one will definitely go for the revive.
Yep, definitely. And I mean, it was a sticky situation, especially with YG having to decide whether to revive or to get BTR out of the way. And well, we know how that ended. We're down to 3 teams and 10 players. PPE so far with the best stats for this map. Unfortunately, Bumblebee will be saying goodbye by the hands of Nia from DRX. And with that, Miala throwing some grenades in. It looks like VPE is actually losing a lot of player side. BTR on the crosshairs of DRX Nia. I'm not a very big fan of their position right now. You know what? Let's see if that works out for them, especially with DRX lurking about, possibly having, maybe depending on their angle. Let's see if they can get some. Bumblebee will be seeing that's Bigatron Vitality going down a shoot up maybe 10 times because number 1 is a new map and number 2 it doesn't really pop up in competitions. And speaking of which, Horror Esports gets treated off, and that's a 1-for-1 knock, and I think that was a full elimination on the side of 4 No Fear 911. And actually, one after the other, look at that kill feed. BTR and EA exchanging members, but taking a look at that leaderboard, looks like EA lost 1 player, while the while BTR lost 2. This is Optimus trying to shoot out at the last few players of EA. Looks like they get that 1 person. 30k, very low on health. 4, 5, 6 as well. And of course, is that a wipeout? I think there's 1 player left on the side of EA.
Yeah.
That's still walking around.
Yeah.
And TS outside as well.
There's also Team Secret, you know, in this area, in this proximity as a third party to engage on all the fights.
As well, because there's a lot of chaos, even with just the drop-off points. Everyone's just dropping in the same area. Look at this place. There's like 3-4 different teams coming in, and there are already a few teams that got picked off and made this area their grave. Betrayed by Vitality, they're down to 2 players, and with that, they did come out with 4 eliminations. Let's see if they can find some more before they get picked off, or you know, maybe they'll actually get that winner chicken dinner. But right now, they do have that numbers. It might be giving that chase. Let's see what happens. But all the while, A1, RG, the rest of their players, they're just gonna be here. And it's a good thing that there's still 4-player team, but that's gonna change really soon if CJ Boy will be knocked down and eliminated right here.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot of casualties going around into this area. Yangon taking the fight. Reefus, oh my god, that's gonna hurt with the knife on top of that. Come on, knife elimination being into the play. That's very disrespectful, but I love it. I love the toxicity going around into this match. It's gonna help and reform the teams. Their approach into the very next game, they're gonna be like elimination hungry for that team. They're definitely gonna go towards the fact that okay, this team did this, we're definitely gonna do it again with them. But Flash, there we have it. There we have it. 9-11 Hora as Sinister throws the grenade. It hit him. It got the elimination. And it's over. Hora Esports out of the match with just a single elimination into this match. But there we go. Alpha Gaming so far. Let's see what they're going to be doing. How they're going to be able to get those eliminations for themselves. So far, it's Zeol going all the way back. All the way back to the buggy. It is, ladies and gentlemen. Yangon Galacticos getting some shots. Not enough for the knockout, but instantly top. Made sure that my question is heard. He gets a knockdown in the team, and that's why we're seeing so many elimination. 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 4. those the number of eliminations going around. Fourth rise, IQ being taken down as well. That's a knockdown. But Bloods versus DK, it's definitely gonna happen as Forrest comes into the play. Forrest instantly gets decimated by the new JS9, ladies and gentlemen. It's a knockdown. Bloods is gonna lose another one of their players. But aside from that, let's see what Woke is gonna do. Arid Prestige versus Bigatron by Vitality. Bumblebee, and there we go. Oh my god, Bigatron getting those 12 eliminations to their name. And a while ago, we did saw a lot of casualties on Bigatron. If you remember, in the compound, there was only one left for the Bigatron. But now it's all back to the 4-man that they are. I mean, I'm not complaining on the fact, but there's definitely going to be a lot of difficulties for the players. Even a single player being left alive, it's definitely going to be destructive for you. But there we go. 12 eliminations for Bigatron, 9 for DK.
It was definitely a whiplash. I'm like, wait a minute. Why is BTR suddenly a full roster once again? And I think I understand why. Like in the early game, we can see a lot of recklessness, a lot of kills going around because they probably know, I have a second chance. So why not just try and get as much kills as possible? And does to DK and potentially, I think Big Mommy will be saying goodbye because of the blue zone.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of casualties that's gonna happen because of the blue zone, because of the like rotational clashes that's gonna occur. But I do love the fact that we have like four players of majority of the teams, 2 teams at the very least, BTR and DK, DRX having a trio, but just surviving on a solo at this point, as the rest of the 2 players have been taken down. Secret is down to the 3-man as well. Then we have Yangon Galacticos with a duo as BTR is pushing on. Yangon Galacticos, Romeo Boy getting one down. A good start, a good engagement going on, but no, not for long, ladies and gentlemen. Romeo Boy gets taken down. It's over for the guy. And DRX also just chilling outside of the blue zone, taking that damage, slowly entering in. That's a lot of damage going on, but finally not making their way outside of the blue zone. But in that other side, R8 gets eliminated. Secret. Okay, that's straight up a lot of fights going on. That's straight up a lot of names constantly popping up back and forth. We saw them get eliminated once, and then we're seeing them eliminate once again. It's kind of mind-baffling.
Yeah, definitely a lot of surprises over here. Bigatron by Vitality's doing really well, and they even have the full roster. Nia's last hope for DRX, and they're hanging on by thread. Optimus Crosshairs out, but they won't be finding Nia anymore because Kyurina will be putting that last nail in the coffin, making it 14 eliminations for the side of Bigatron by Vitality. Doing really well. They're racking up a lot of points, and they probably have a decent amount of placement points later on as well, since there's only 3 teams of vying for that winner chicken dinner. That's BTR, that's Team Secret, and that's DK. 3 last teams. Team Secret with 8 eliminations. Last we saw, BTR had 13 eliminations. And so these teams really good prospects. There's a lot of things to expect. But the question remains, there's only one winner for this dinner, for this Rondo map. So with that, the question right now is, once that blue zone closes in, who will be left standing?
Oh yeah, that's a very poetic question on who's gonna stand at the very end of the games. So far, what we are seeing is Secret Terang approaching with the shots and those sprays on towards his enemies, but the enemies are staying alive. They are not only just into the cover, but also look at Frankie 007 getting absolutely eliminated because of those singular mistakes that they are doing, they are causing for themselves, and it's not working out. You have to make sure are doing something good, you are doing something continuous with those elimination numbers and the performance that you have, because if you don't, it's straight up like this. 17 elimination. Bigatron, the team that was down left for just the solo player, now is back with 4-man and 17 elimination. Almost 19 if they manage to get DK eliminated. Okay, that's 3 of the DK alive, meaning 20 elimination winner and a chicken dinner coming up.
Yeah, definitely. If BTR manages to pull this thing off, I mean, they have the numbers advantage, and DK over here. See how they do, however, but they do. And with that, that's a full elimination now. It's only down to 2 players, DK4 versus the 4 players from BTR. And so with that, it's not very good. And with that, I think we see our winner chicken dinner going on to the side of BTR. Numbers advantage going to their side, but DK did hold on. We'll have to look behind their backs, especially since I'm seeing some places, some drop-off points where there are several teams that are probably gonna run into each other. So let's see what happens, especially here. BTR towards the southern part with DRX, maybe even APG and DK. Let's see what happens. We're looking at Yangon Galacticos nearby R8 right now.
Oh yeah, we are seeing an early clash at the Paradise's Ode. Yangon Galacticos being on the front lines, getting a lot of damage, no vest, no helmet whatsoever. So there's only so much that you can do to hope save yourself. But a grenade coming up, Yangon Galacticos retaliating with the grenades, the throwables. Romeo Boy also jumping in inside the compound, finally getting into the cover. M24 in hand, and on the other hand, it's a Thompson. 4 players remaining. Alpha Gaming, DK. Different angle, different fight, different location. It's happening. A1RG versus Secret. It's not just a Paradise's Ore that's being contested upon. It's total different locations. Maybe Pinon. Maybe there's a boot camp area where we're gonna see those clashes. But oh my god, okay. Now I wanna see the map. Now I wanna see the map on where the teams are situated at, because it is going haywire. The lobby is going absolutely crazy. Yangon Galacticos, Master Smile finally getting a knockdown on R8. Martin, in fact, but A1, RG. That's confirmations coming around for them. That's some decent number of points that they're securing.
There was a lot of casualties going on to the side of Team Secret and BTR just a while ago. And actually, the stats for the number of teams just went down by 1. I'm not quite sure team got picked up, but taking a look at the number of players left, there are only 53, 52 just now. I mean, there are 64 players. That's something that really has to happen. So, you know, the fact that you put them all in Sanhok, a 4x4 map, that's just gonna result into a lot of bloodbaths. I think BTR just got eliminated off with Korean finally being taken out by DRX. But over here, Yangon Galacticos once again. Alpha Gaming, I think Zeol gets a 1 shot on there, and that's forwards going down to their house. Big Mama's in trouble as well, and that's a finisher. And with that, I think DRX is still alive. Yangon Galacticos, Romeo Boy, very low on health just a while ago, but manages to get just the right amount of healing items to get themselves out. But immediately goes down to half health. Gets shot at, and you know, Paradise Resort, not so much of a paradise right now with Yangon Galacticos and R8 is storming about.
Oh yeah, they're storming right onto each other's faces right there. There we go. We are seeing some casualties. Gonna come in a split second. Master Smile, you can see Prestige into the back line. Burnett Boy trying to shoot, but that's already 2 elimination to Yangon Galacticos. Oh no! Oh no! Those are some machete eliminations going around. Prestige, you have to do something. You have to at least take 1, but nope! It is a nope. Burnett Boy gets that final nail in the coffin, and it is over for another
4, 5, 6. Will they connect the grenade? GK is in trouble. Took a lot of damage from that. Just a little bit more, and that elimination is gonna go to the side of Team Secret. With that, I think Team Secret is trying to fight back as well. Arena falling by the hands of Frankie from a distance. A pretty good strategy if I say so myself, but Frankie's all alone right now, so he's gonna be running away, and he's getting shot at by someone from a distance. That actually BTR gonna be joining in on the fun as well, and that last player from YG just lounging about as well, running for their lives. They're all alone, but of course 4, 5, 6 not over just yet. They spot Alpha Gaming. Yangon Galacticos all the while also loses their lives.
Nice.
But E Arena 7 eliminations.
I mean, I love this. I'm not complaining. 7 elimination to the name of the arena is a great number to start. But the car's stuck. I think so. The car is stuck. You can't get it out anymore. But Dahmer, low net HP. Grenade coming on to the Prestige. The sprays are coming up as well as fourth right from the back lines. It is their name popping up, getting those eliminations. And you can absolutely see what's going to happen, how it's going on for all of these players right now into this area. As Fourth Rise gets the final nail in the coffin against the R8 players. R8 with 4 eliminations, down and dusted. Now Fourth Rise with the total number of 8 eliminations to their backpack. They're going to move forward. 7 elimination to the side of Arena as well. 3-man. Moving forward, entering in the circle. A good job. A very wise choice. Team E-Arena not leaving their premises completely open, getting into the safe. But wait. Hold up. Do I see a guy trying to take his own team members on top of that bumper into the car moving forward? That's insane. Insane, and I love it. I mean, yeah, friendly fire going around. But yeah, the way that the players are doing this kind of like an aggressive stances, I love this. The unorthodox play, it's absolutely amazing. But no, CHBZ, I think that's your own team members going Molotov that actually burned you up. No, yes,
No.
it is Fabian's Molotov. No way. Come on, these small mistakes, they're gonna go a long way into your overall performance.
I can't imagine what their comms sound like right now. Like, dude, come on! I was right there, dude! But yeah, what's done is done. DK is eliminated off, and I believe we just crossed, we're about to cross, rather, the 6-minute mark, and it's getting really interesting. So that circle is gonna close in. There's still 30 players standing and 10 teams vying for that winner chicken dinner. And with that, looking at the leaderboards, it's EA so far that's kind of dominating right now. They have 10 eliminations on their side. Love the camera work. Ziol does get shot at, however. I think they had trouble a bit with their UI. But yeah, A1 storming in. Baron, what could you do at that point? That's absolutely scary. I mean, if you see a team come at you at that, what can you do at that point? You're all alone. Yeah, Tribe Aromacy spots EA. EA still has a 3-man team. And Tribe Aromacy, they're still at 0 eliminations. So they have to go aggressive if they want to go ahead and catch up to everyone else. So with that, it's a waiting game for them. Try to see if they can find the opportunity to go ahead and clinch that eliminations, but they'll be waiting just a little bit longer because I think everyone's going back to the stalemate because everyone's just kind of waiting for the right moment to strike.
I mean, everyone's waiting for the right moment to strike, and I can see why. Because it's top 8, you don't want to make any kind of mistakes that's going to potentially not give you that winner in a chicken dinner, or it might just take it away from you. Maybe that's why the teams are being really cautious right now from this point onward. I love the fact that E-Arena has also managed to secure 10 eliminations for their name. So that's actually like an insane gameplay that they have done. 3 players still remaining, and I have seen them play in like the previous tournaments and everything. It's a complete arena at this point. The aggression, the amount of game style, and the amount of aggressive stances that they're using, the risky moves that they're using, it's absolutely phenomenal. It's super risky, but it's working out for them somehow. It's working out, and I'm all in for it. As long as the strategy works out for a team, I think they should stick to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's working, stick to it. But we're here, A1 throwing those grenades against E-Arena. And the question is now, will it connect? Will it become a knockdown? And that's a yes, actually. Mormon gets a knockdown. Let's see if CJ Boy can finish him off. Doesn't seem that way, however. And it looks like 456 is about to come in to the rescue. CJ Boy spots them. Wow, that's absolutely crazy. Love the gun work. Didn't even get that much effort to go ahead and get that knockdown and eventually elimination. But here we're looking at Bigatron by Vitality as well. 3 eliminations. The defending top 1 on the overall leaderboards. I mean, they sit comfortably with 9 points more than DRX, which is like the second place, but still can't be complacent, especially
The like location where Tribe Aero Messi is situated at. They're completely super like at the very corner of the circle. Yeah. But they had like the full backside covered out for them. Like they were so on the hard like shift of the zone that nobody's gonna be onto their backside. They only have to worry about the forefront of their angles, the locations where the enemies are gonna come in from. So these locations, they have to absolutely make sure that they master it. They don't let anyone like take over the advantage for them. But we have Kinotrope versus BTR in the vicinity, in the kill feed, getting some ramp downs and getting some eliminations.
yeah, they're definitely getting some trade. Kinotrope. Last we saw, they had 0 eliminations. It looks like on the leaderboards, it's still 0. So it's just a bunch of knocks on the side of BTR. And looks like BTR still has a full roster. But taking a look at that, Purine gets a finisher on their side, making it a 4. Now potentially a 5, 1 versus 1 with Noki from the side of 4 types. Unfortunately, it's Purine that'll be falling, but Optimus is right behind them. Noki, very low on health and definitely did not stand a chance against Optimus. That's actually the full elimination of 4 lives. We'll be saying goodbye, but not without taking 10 points with them. That's 10 whole eliminations on their side before falling.
I mean, whatever works out for you, but A1! Oh my god, taking 1 down, but no!
But not without taking 10 points with them. That's 10 whole eliminations on their side before falling.
I mean, whatever works out for you, but A1! Oh my god, taking 1 down, but no way! Missing your other crucial shot. That's not the way to go. Instantly been taken down. Now there's a chance that a revive might happen. Hora Esports in the midst of all of this as well. You can see them closing in. They want a piece of this fight. They want a piece of this action as well. But BTR versus Kinotrope, it's happening as BTR is taking that upper advantage. The advantage against the Kinotrope's player. Those are utilities. Those are throwables. They're definitely going to be thrown up on this guy. But Ozi-san is in the back lines. He's not there. He can't be shot. He's definitely gonna stay alive. He's gonna survive, but not for long, Optimus. Not for long. As you get a down, as you get a shot on you, now it's up to the Kinotrope's Ozi-san to manage the situation for the whole team. But nope. In a short, distant grenade, it's over for every single one of the players. A 9 elimination for the BTR. A great initialization that they have got, and now they're up on the highest number of elimination.
And so with that, DRX also falls. BTR now one of the top 3 teams. BTR, Hora, and Tribe Ermacy. But right now, Tribe Ermacy is falling by the hands of Purine, trying to see if they can find another kill, because all they're getting is knocks, never the finisher. So they definitely have to work on that. Let's see, Horror Esports also throwing in their grenades, trying to see if they can find more kills, because they definitely need them. They're still in 3 eliminations, but definitely a lot of placement points on their side.
I mean, talk about unlucky like this, and that's exactly what's happening towards these players, towards these teams so far. But here we go, Bigatron, they're not stopping, they're getting more and more elimination. As you can already see, they have 10 to their arsenal, to their name, and into the backpack that they go. Tribe Messi is also going to receive a Molotov from the Hora side. It's a third party, ladies and gentlemen, ensued straight up there, but Hora Esports is also going to pay in blood as they took down these eliminations from the side of Bigatron, and is not going to be happy. They take down one of the Hora Esports player. It's potentially a 1 versus 2, where the chances for the winner of the chicken dinner definitely goes to Hora Esports. But the amount of elimination that BTR has for themselves at this point, the amount of aggression that they have secured, the confidence booster that they're going to have because of that, it's definitely going to tilt a little bit towards the side of Bigatron. They're also getting that revival done upon on the players, whereas Skyhorn, he's coming down, running. I mean, yeah, the teams that got eliminated, they're still the day number 2 and the day number 3 for you guys, but you're not going to get any more points, at least in today's matches. But the one that are still alive, like Secret, DRS, Hora Esports, DRX, Fourth Rise, they still have an opposite hand. Meowla, whether this guy is going to be able to get those elimination or he's just going to skedaddle out of here. It all comes down to this guy, but Kinotrope Gaming, they get finished off. Wait a second, by a different team, and I think that was the Bigatron by Vitality. That was a third party that ensued here, that came up out of nowhere. I think that did give enough time for Meowla to actually, think that, yeah, we're not taking the fight anymore. I'm not going to go for the save. I'm not going to go for the rescue. I'm just going to go and survive from this point onward as a solo.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they don't have a choice at this point, but for everyone else. Meowla, still in the running, still hiding behind. Oh no, not for long though. That grenade just ended them and a Vampire Esports completely. With that, they do walk away with 4 eliminations, but still, it's not gonna be enough. Especially if you're going up against other teams in the top 5. They have a lot of points stacked up against them. But over here, we're looking at DK. 4 players still alive, but unfortunately not Shrang. Unfortunately, it won't. Bigatron by Vitality going F1 on this field, but will they get another kill on their side? And it's gonna be something we're finding out later, but looks like Team Secret, although they do have 8 eliminations, they are in no condition to go ahead and go aggressive once again, unless, they have the opportunity to go ahead and heal up. But Kureen gets Sleepy from Hora Esports. Team Secret gets Cyclone as well. Jaiki's in trouble. Samsa is getting those sprees on against them. And so with that, DRS, 6 eliminations. Will it be 7 if Jaiki falls? But with that, Horror is actually going to be eliminated off, and we're down to 4 teams. That's 12 players. So we are 23 minutes into this game, and Jaiki finally falls, but to the hands of Forest from the...
Nice. I love this. I love this. Every single one of them is going for that aggression. Is going for that aggressive stances. Kurin closing in. You can see if it rising, throwing a grenade. That's gonna hit Secret. Secret with all of those eliminations that they had for themselves on the 13 total elimination. It's not gonna work out anymore. They're gonna be eliminated on the hashtag number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Now, going to the next phase. It is top 3. BTR, DRS, and DK. At this point, DK has the highest probability, BTR has the highest probability, and I would say DRS, in fact, DK, they might not buy because BTR is ready with that set elimination to the game. They're also have DK is alive, but can't go in haywire in some place where on very aggressive approaches, but one job on that tree, he really gonna get it over. Sam's being the final one again, slowly falling in. But to make sure that your hyper HP back on track.
We are absolutely back on track, and it looks like we're down to 2 teams once a DRS is out of the picture. So this is a 4-man team versus a 4-man team. Will it be with their 8 eliminations versus DK, D plus Kia with their 0 eliminations? Now 1. They got 1. And with that, I mean, it's going to be a standoff between these 2 teams. Well, BTR, they're out in the open. DK, they're nearby buildings, and whether or not they're gonna be utilizing it, let's just see, because it's BTR that's being favored by the circle right now. They'll be forced to go ahead and rotate into the area where BTR has a lot of control, a lot of area control. And DK, they're just by, by that one corner in the circle. So let's just see what BTR will decide to do. They're full squad, but on the other hand, the other team is also a full squad. They know that with their, with the statistics. But yeah, it looks like Urena's taking a lot of damage. Oh my gosh, they got knocked
Ow.
down completely. And will that be a finisher? That's a question. But let's see what BTR will do to respond to that. And DK, will they go ahead and go aggressive? I mean, there's nothing to lose. Oh my gosh. Chip
Oh.
gets a knockdown as well.
Sides have a knockdown, ladies and gentlemen. 9 elimination BTR, 1 elimination to the DK, D plus Kia. At this point in time, both parties have the circle for themselves, an entry inside of that circle. It's not going to be that much of a difference. But the next circle shift, where the stage number 8 will pursue, where the stage number 8 will go. That will be the crucial factor for the teams and everything. But Bumblebee, so far, he's going to make sure that there's a lot of smokes into the area, and he's going to move forward using those smokes, make a pathway straight up into the compounds. 13 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, 10 seconds, now more before we can see the stage number 8. But will the fight actually end before that, before any of those action can actually occur, or we're actually going to see the BTR finally going to get back to the 4-man squad that they are, as they are getting that revive. There's a WSS into the back lines in the hand of 4, but for his grenade is actually going to make sure that one player is down out of the commission. And now with this, it's going to be a difficult situation, difficult scenario for the side of DK to survive. The situation is not looking good whatsoever. No way, ladies and gentlemen. This fight, it's happening. It's going ahead. And the players, they are kind of in a very panic mode. D plus Kia down to the last 2 players. One is Fabian, one is Forrest. Both are not making any move from whatsoever point in time. Whosoever is going to make the first move is going to receive a heavy casualties. Be very careful in what you're going to choose, what you're going to do from this point onward, because if you're not careful from this point onward, DX might just take it away. BTR might just take it away. This can potentially be 12 elimination win of a chicken dinner, or this can potentially be a 5 elimination win of a chicken dinner.
Yeah, or a combination of both. But over here, DK, you're still at the edge of the circle. I think 2 circles in a row they weren't favored by the game, basically. And now we're moving on to stage 8. Both of these teams, they're just moving in really closely, and goes to basically BTR does have the numbers advantage. Risey going out into the open, but Fabian is definitely not open fire. Grenade in, throws it, runs back into the house, and it looks like BTR is finally gonna go pushing in. That was basically a 4 versus 2. Definitely did not stand a chance. Congratulations once again to BTR. I believe this will be